Wabash Valley's only lifestyle and entertainment show with Ashley Howard. This is Good Day Live.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. You're watching Good Day Live, and I'm your host, Ashley Howard. Today, we got sports, technology, and post-pandemic life. All the things we love the most, okay? And later on, I'm talking to Naz Elahaha about the evolving world of esports. It's going to be good, but if you miss it, just catch it online, okay? It'll be posted after the show, and while you're online, you should look me up, too. You can find me on Facebook at Ashley Howard WTWO or Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Howard TV. By following me, you can keep up with the show, including our question of the day. So today I asked, what's the first thing you plan to do when the pandemic is over? Now, for me, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is a trip to Disney World and Universal Studios. But the very first thing is probably going to be like a party, a club, some kind of close gathering. I just want to hug somebody again, okay? Don't judge me. But I can't wait to see what all of you had to say about this question, and we'll take a look at those answers later on in the show. All right, it's time to take a swing at some sports. Now, as we know, Major League Baseball players usually use spring training to get into mid-season form before opening day. It turns out that's probably a good idea for the fans, too. Washington playing the New York Mets yesterday, and Ryan Zimmerman looks pretty good hitting this home run. But how about the fans? Take a look at this fan in the blue chasing the ball, okay? He makes a great running catch, but then he drops it, and while he's celebrating, there's another guy picking up the ball like he literally stole it right from underneath it. That's cold. Meanwhile, opening day for the majors is April 1st, and that is not a joke, even though it's April Fool's, okay? All right, we're on our way to break, but when we get back, we'll talk about the expansion of esports and also get an update on the weather from a guy who's always hitting home runs, all right? Jesse Walker. We'll be right back.
Quality Roofing of Indiana provides professional and residential services to the Wabash Valley, combining high-quality Atlas roofing products with over 50 years of expertise. Quality Roofing of Indiana, locally owned and operated, will assist you with repair, inspection, maintenance, and replacement needs. Limited lifetime warranties plus lifetime workmanship warranties are always included. Make your appointment today for great savings. Now through April 15th, all 2020 pricing will be honored. Call today for a free quote.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson, and it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible! Casey's curbside pickup. What a play! Bringing it home. Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's pizza. Score another for just $5.99.
Casey's for the win.
Welcome back, everybody. A nice day across the area today. Although we've had a few clouds, that's a storm passing south of here. No rain going to come out of that, but a few of the clouds brushing the area. But overall, it's been another day with temperatures a little bit above normal. Here's a live look with our Graber Post building cam. And as we look across Terre Haute, you can see some of those clouds. Again, those clouds kind of filtering the sun out just a little bit out there as we look off to the south out of Terre Haute. But again, those clouds, don't worry, they're not going to be producing any rain across the area. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you this. This is pretty unusual. Winter weather advisories or any kind of weather advisories in general. There are none, for the most part, across the entire country. Now, there is a storm on the West Coast, and we have some advisories out there in parts of Oregon and also California. That's a storm which will eventually impact us as we get into the middle of next week. But until then, much of the country has calmed down. Here's our wind right now. We're coming in from the north-northeast in this area. As we head through time, we'll see those winds stay north tomorrow, not real strong. Now, the winds eventually change, and as we get into Sunday, notice the change. They will go to the south-southeast, still not real strong, but the south-southeast winds will allow temperatures to come up some as we head into the day on Sunday. Right now, it's not bad, but we're near normal. 50 in Terre Haute's actually one of the warmer areas, 49 in Paris, 49 also down in Vincennes, and 45 up in Crawfordsville. So we're right around normal to slightly above normal on the temperatures today. There's a satellite and a radar. We do have that storm south of the area. It's producing rain in southern Missouri, Arkansas, and for us, it's spreading a few clouds across especially our southern counties. Again, that's going to stay to the south of the area, so no big worries with that. Of course, we're all clean once again today on the Dorsa Automotive Doppler radar, and it's going to stay that way right through the weekend into the first part of next week. We don't anticipate any rain, so a good dry weekend settling in. Here's the Futurecast. This will get you through most of the weekend. We started here this afternoon. There'll be a few clouds around as we head through the afternoon into the evening, but overall, really nice as we head into the day tomorrow. Again, a few clouds mixed with a lot of sunshine. And even as we get into Sunday, notice there's not anything going on. So if you have any plans this weekend, weather's not going to be a problem, and temperatures will be a little bit warmer on Sunday than they will be on Saturday. Now, as we look longer term, remember I talked about some advisories on the West Coast? Well, that storm will approach this area once we get into the middle of next week. So we're okay on Monday and Tuesday and probably into the morning on Wednesday. We anticipate the first chance of rain probably in the afternoon hours of Wednesday, and then that front will basically set up an active weather pattern in the areas we head into Thursday and Friday. By the time it's all done, there could be some heavier rain and maybe some thunderstorms mixed in there as well as we head into mid to late week. So it definitely looks like more of an active weather pattern next week. Temperatures, though, are going to be nice and mild, but much more of a spring-like pattern as we head into next week. If you're going to be out tonight, though, we're looking at clear skies, kind of a cold night, really. That's a little bit below average across the valley. With those north winds, adds a chill to the air as well. We'll drop down into the mid-20s at around 26. Then during the day tomorrow, to kick off the weekend, not a bad day, really. Pretty mild. We'll be having partly sunny skies. Still got that northeast wind, a high temperature of around 52. So, again, that's slightly above normal. And then after that, notice as we head into Sunday, Sunday's slightly better with a high of 56. The winds go to the southeast. But then look at next week. Every single day next week, we're forecasting highs of at least 60. We got the mid-60s on Monday and Tuesday with dry weather. Chance of some showers developing by Wednesday afternoon. Thursday probably would be my target time for maybe some of the heavier rain, maybe some thunderstorms. We stay in the 60s, and note the overnight lows. We go from 29 on Sunday morning, warming overnight lows only in the low 50s on Tuesday night and Wednesday night. So definitely a more spring-like feel to the air next week. And if you got plans, dry weather through the weekend, dry weather into early next week, but more active weather the middle and the end of next week.
Thanks, Jesse, and welcome back into the show, everybody. Esports have burst into the mainstream in recent years, becoming a viable professional pursuit and central form of entertainment for hundreds of millions around the world. Joining us now to discuss what's next in esports is Naz Al-Taha, the head of global esports partnerships and business developments at Riot Games, the company behind esports, including League of Legends and Valorant. Thanks for joining us, Naz. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm really excited to talk about this, okay? Because I'm a sports girl myself, so esports really interests me. So can you tell me how the esports industry has evolved over the last decade? Because it's really going worldwide.
It has gone worldwide. It has been a completely transformative decade. You know, esports started as this very niche, very nascent industry where, you know, the competitors could really only compete as a hobby. And you fast forward to today and you see pro players are able to compete as a living. You know, they make lucrative salaries. You see, you know, League of Legends is a fully globally integrated sport, you know, probably one of the few globally integrated sports in the world. And, you know, we're the biggest and most popular esport. Our fandom and following and production value, you know, really is rivaling what you see in traditional sports. You know, in North America, as an example, our North America League, the LCS, is the third most popular sport in the U.S., followed only by the NFL and the NBA in that 18 to 34 demographic. So it's been an amazing trajectory. And, you know, for us at Riot, we really see esports as the future of sports. And we think we're really well positioned to deliver that. You know, we have seen star athletes rise. We broadcast to tens of millions of people around the world every week. And we've seen over the last few years this influx of support and investment from some of the biggest and most noteworthy brands in the world, brands who have really long and storied histories of supporting the biggest sports entertainment properties in the world. So MasterCard, Mercedes-Benz. This week we actually announced that Verizon is coming in on both League of Legends and Valorant esports. So it's an incredibly exciting time, and I think this next decade of esports are just, you know, going to be massive.
I really do agree. It's shooting straight to the top. And, you know, I have a little cousin who's actively trying to become a professional gamer. Where should someone start off when they're trying to be professional in this rapidly growing industry?
Sure. Well, it's, you know, you got to be good at the game. Obviously, that's a huge box to check. And I think what's really exciting to see is that stereotype of, oh, if you're playing games, maybe that's a waste of time being broken. You know, I think on our side for Riot, we really want gaming to be a meaningful life pursuit. And I think the most obvious manifestation of that is a career as a professional esport athlete. But even beyond just being an esport athlete, there's this huge industry around gaming and esports that, you know, offers a ton of opportunity across so many different career paths. So, you know, we're excited just to see and hopefully foster that next generation of, you know, people who are going to come in and continue to shape the industry.
Yeah, I think that's really going to help a lot of people, because I do hear people talking about that, and they really want to be part of this industry. Naz, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. And everybody stay right there, because we will be right back with more Good Day Live.
Hi, I'm attorney Mike Ellis at Ellis Law. For all your legal needs, give us a call at 812-234-9000. Call Ellis Law. We are practicing social distancing, but we are open. Give us a call at 812-234-9000. Accidents, bankruptcy, criminal, or divorce, call Ellis Law at 234-9000.
In times like these, you need to call Mike Ellis.
I found that when I started using drugs, that everything just went away. I didn't feel anything.
Before I even knew that I was addicted, I was addicted.
The opposite isn't recovery, it's connection. That's how you beat addiction.
I had to learn to love myself in order for me to feel like I was enough.
It takes one person to believe in you for you to believe in yourself.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. With one phone call, you'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information. It's a free service, so call now.
Call 800-758-5308, 800-758-5308.
There's no better place to bet the NBA than on FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet every game, all season long. Place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win. FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Welcome back to GDL. It's only March and we're already getting hit with some awesome films. Now, whether they're in the actual theater or released on one of the many streaming apps, these are some top-notch picks. So let's take a look at what Dean Richards has to say for our weekend roundup.
Prepare the royal jet. We are going back to America.
The 1988 version of Eddie Murphy's Coming to America is one of the most classic comedies of all time. Now, all these years later, Coming, the #2 America, debuts on Amazon Prime Video with Murphy back as Prince Hakeem, who's learned that he had a son when he was in America all those years ago. So he and his royal servant, played by Arsenio Hall again, return to New York to bring him back to their kingdom to take his rightful place in the royal succession. And while the new Coming to America doesn't have its knee-slapping fish out of water surprises that the original did, there is a very charming nostalgia to the updated version, with many of the returning cast members back, along with newcomers bringing a whole new level of laughs. Now, much of what makes this movie great is Eddie Murphy's tradition of playing multiple characters buried under tons of makeup and prosthetics, all interacting with themselves. It's a couple of hours of very comforting laughs, and I give it a Dean's List A-. In the sci-fi drama Chaos Walking, Star Wars' Daisy Ridley is an interplanetary traveler who crash lands on a strange planet on which all of the women have been slaughtered and all of the men have what's called the noise that puts their inner thoughts out there for all to see and hear. A young farmhand, Spider-Man's Tom Holland, discovers the space traveler and tries to hide her, setting off a cat and mouse chase that is very much like the storyline and special effects here. Pretty routine and uncompelling. It's a Dean's List C-. Boogie is the story of a Chinese-American basketball player balancing his skills on the court with parental expectations and romance and trying to score a free ride to a top-notch university. There are too many side stories in this movie and fairly clumsy writing bogging it down. I give it a Dean's List C-. It's in theaters now.
You and the dragon are coming with me.
My sword here says we're not.
For the family, there's Raya and the Last Dragon, who comes to the aid of her ancient world to reverse the curse that's been turning people and dragons into stone for 500 years. It's a great story for all, but provides especially strong Southeastern Asian characters, something that can be kind of hard to find in movies. I give it a Dean's List A in theaters and on Disney+. Also, check out the weekend-long Rock in Relief live stream concert series featuring Foo Fighters, Sheryl Crow, Deadmau5, Carly Simon, and Sammy Hagar, among many, many others, all benefiting Sean Penn's community organized relief effort program. Watch it on twitch.tv, YouTube, or rollingstone.com. You can always get my movie reviews and home video pics sent right to your phones every week just by texting the word Dean to 97999. Hope you have a great weekend. In Chicago, I'm Dean Richards.
Ooh, this weekend is going to be good. I literally have a checklist of all the movies I'm going to lay on my couch and watch from sun up to sundown. Coming to America, United States versus Billie Holiday, Chaos Walking, Raya and the Last Dragon, and you know I am not missing out on my WandaVision episode today on Disney+. Now, speaking of streaming services, the market got a little bigger today with the debut of Paramount Plus. While the service from Viacom CBS is labeled as quote-unquote new, it's really just a rebrand and expansion of CBS All Access. Paramount Plus will be offered in 2 different tiers, an ad-free option for $9.99 a month and an ad-supported version for $4.99 a month. And the ad-free version won't be available until June. Both will feature live news and sports, including the NFL, plus a library of on-demand content from CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, BET, and other Viacom CBS networks. And of course, movies from Paramount. And they're also creating original content that's going to be available on that Paramount Plus platform also. I told you guys, everybody has an app now, okay, including us. So if you're going to download somebody's app, why not download the WTWO News app and stay up to date on everything happening in and around your county? All right, it's available for both iPhones and Androids. We're about to take a break, but as we go, take a look at today's jobs board. You'll find job openings in the community listed on our website, mywabashvalley.com. And if you are an employer, you can post a job as well.
This year's Remarkable Women nominees have been selected.
When you retire, don't. Find something to do. Volunteer work is very rewarding.
I believe we all have the potential to be difference makers. I really wanted to come in here and just do whatever was needed. I don't want CODA to fail. I'm not going to let CODA fail.
Look for something to give back, because giving back ultimately really helps healing of any kind.
Brought to you by Crane Credit Union.
MyWabashValley.com's new menu makes it easier to find what you're looking for. Everything from our interactive weather radar and TV guides to job listings, contests, and lifestyle tips is just a click away. Stay connected with MyWabashValley.com.
UFC 259 is stacked. As Blachowicz and Adesanya go toe-to-toe, we're giving you a shot to win some stacks of your own. Bet $1, get $100 if either fighter lands a punch. It's that simple. One fighter takes their first defeat, you take your first win. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $1, win $100 if either fighter lands a punch, and make it rain.
Everyone who has ever lived has lived here. All of mankind's triumphs and failures. Every moment, every hometown, all here. We start our coverage on the ground and take it to the airwaves, so you always know what's happening in your own world and beyond. We are free TV and radio. We are breaking news. We are always there. We are broadcasters.
We'll tell you about one bill at the Indiana State House that aims to limit religious activities during the pandemic.
Hey, welcome back to Good Day Live. Now, riddle me this. Can you ditch your smartphone for one whole day? I already know it's next to impossible for me. But the National Day of Unplugging starts sundown, Friday, March 5th, and runs through sundown on Saturday, March 6th. If you decide that you want to participate, you might need a couple tips and tricks to get you through it. Take a look.
For over a decade now, the folks behind a National Day of Unplugging have been challenging us to go gadget-free for 24 hours. Think you could do it? Perhaps these tips can help make it happen. We know it's a problem. Too much screen time.
Social media is definitely contributing to a rise in anxiety and depression.
But putting devices down is easier said than done.
It's weighing on all of us.
That's why Kim Annenberg-Cavallo, founder of an app called Lil Space, is challenging us with a National Day of Unplugging.
Where everyone around the world decides that they're going to take some time away from technology and, most importantly, fill their time with fun and meaningful activities.
The more we scroll, the tougher it is to say so long. So how to do it? First, create other plans. Pick a hike, scenic drive, outdoor workout, or anything to help keep your hands off your phone. Even forget about taking pictures for a day.
Now, if you're going to give up your phone for a bit, it's nice to have a place for it to rest. This is the cell phone sleeping bag from the National Day of Unplugging. Put you in there and night-night.
Tell friends and family you'll be off the grid. Leave your ringer on and say to call only in an emergency.
It's really just about putting on Do Not Disturb, putting it in the other room, and forgetting about it.
With your free time, consider a new skill. Day of Unplugging is partnering with yarn bomber London K, who suggests crocheting.
I think it's a good idea to mix and match different colors together. Crocheting is a way to relax, unplug, and make something out of nothing.
It's just different enough to keep your brain distracted and you device-free.
You think if you don't check your phone, you're going to miss so many things. But in reality, when you pick it up a day later, really not much has changed.
The National Day of Unplugging happens each year in early March, but if you miss it this time, you can still apply these tips to unplug, even if it's just for a few hours to recharge yourself, that is. This sounds like an amazing idea, and I have already declared this weekend to be self-care weekend, but I don't know if I can stay away from my phone for a whole day. I would have to start with baby steps, hour by hour. And while you may be unplugging, it's probably a good idea to get outside and get some fresh air, but just make sure that you're staying safe safe. We've all been spending more time in the house over this past year, but that doesn't mean that we have to spend the extra time on our phones. Just make sure that whatever you're doing to occupy your time doesn't land you in the emergency room, especially during National Consumer Protection Week.
Many of us are welcoming warmer weather and eager to get outside. But according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, injuries on outdoor toys have been on the rise since the start of the pandemic.
When it comes to skateboards, scooters, and hoverboards, the number of injuries treated in emergency rooms is up 39%.
Electric scooters and bikes are growing in popularity, but often the motorized vehicles can reach speeds of 20 miles per hour, making safety gear even more important. With any of these outdoor toys, you'll want a helmet that fits properly and has a sticker inside showing it complies with Consumer Product Safety Commission standards.
And stay out of the street when not possible, because this is where we see the biggest serious injuries.
Injuries from ingesting batteries are also on the rise, especially small button batteries.
When it comes to children age 5 to 9 years old, the increase is 93%, almost 100% increase from the year before.
But the biggest category increase overall during the pandemic period is injuries from fireworks and flares. Safety experts suggest leaving fireworks to the professionals, even sparklers, which may seem innocuous but can still be dangerous.
Because sparklers burn at the temperature of a blowtorch, and you wouldn't hand your child a blowtorch.
Important safety reminders with spring fast approaching. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Okay, let me tell you firsthand, okay? Those electronic scooters are no joke. I tried to ride one about a year ago in Texas, and it was not pretty, okay? I didn't know how to make it go, then I didn't know how to make it stop or slow down. There was traffic, I was in a dress. I'm telling you, it was all bad news. Those things are like death traps on wheels, all right? I'm traumatized from the whole experience. We have to go to break, but when we get back, I have your answers to the question of the day. I asked, what is the first thing you plan to do once the pandemic is over? We'll take a look when we get back.
Sometimes you'd rather stay in the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Where has all the country music gone? Down the dial to 95.9 The Legend. Barry Kent and Frank Rush start your day on The Legend Morning Show. Make no mistake about it. The only place for real country is 95.9 The Legend.
Last year's financial year,
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. It's time to take a look at some of your answers to our question of the day. I asked you guys, what is the first thing you plan to do once the pandemic is over? Okay, our first answer came from Facebook, and Tom says, my family and I are going to Universal Studios in Florida this May. That's what I'm talking about, Tom. I don't know if I'll be there in May. It's kind of too early for me, but getting to Disney and Universal are definitely in my plans. Maybe I'll see you there, Tom. The next answer came from Instagram at TSO_LMG. Says, going to homecoming. You know, that makes me think of sports, and you know what? I changed my answer. The first thing I want to do is play volleyball. Since I moved here, I haven't really been able to find a league to play in, and it's been so hard getting into a gym. So that's a good answer. I support that. And our last answer comes from our very own Ashley Zakokis. Ashley, did I say your name right? Okay. And she says concerts. And, you know, I hope she takes me with her. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ashley is going to go to her first, well, I don't know if it's her first, but Post Malone concert. She loves him, and we're trying to get him on the show, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, that's all I have, all right? That's the end of the week for us, and I hope you had just as much fun as I did. I'll be here again on Monday talking about International Women's Day. I hope to see you then, but in the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, wear a mask, and have a good weekend.